I had no intention of becoming a doctor. I always loved dancing. My husband was a completely different kind of a person. He was one who used to always encourage. He said that you don't sit at home. Women should just do also work. You don't have to sit around. If you have talent, you need to share your talent with the world. After a long time in Calcutta, there was this Baitak in our house where all the stalwart musicians were present, from Girija Devi, SRA, all that SRA had started, and all this, just name it. And Satyajit Ray, Mrinal Sen, and all the top artists were there. Everyone was there. And he announced that Anandu and Tanusree has a daughter, and on that occasion I'm going to be playing Anandi Kalyan. I've learnt, of course, the Pandit Shankar style, which I have completely learnt from her, which is very, very innovative. People have different kind of idea, and people are a little confused about what the style is all about. Is it a combination of ballet? People don't know what ballet, it's a Western ballet. Ballet means, what he used ballet is about storytelling. I start dancing and I'm fine. So it is like medication. It is like meditation. It takes me to the power that is up there. That is what dance is to me.
Hello, I'm Nitika Krishna from the New Indian Express, and with us today we have a very special guest, famous dancer, Tanusree Shankar ma'am. Welcome.
Namaskar.
Welcome to Hyderabad.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So we'll jump right in. I mean, you're in Hyderabad, this beautiful hotspot of culture and known for its rich, focus on performing arts. So what are your thoughts on this city?
Oh my God. Firstly, I must tell you, thank you for this wonderful invitation to this interview. I'm coming to Hyderabad after a very, very long time. So I was very excited to come here with our show.
So, ma'am, your father was in the Indian Army.
Yes, he was a doctor in the Indian Army.
He must have moved around a lot. And if you can tell us a little about, your upbringing and how the dancing bug actually got onto you.
I'm very, very lucky for having been brought up in the army background, because yes, he was in the army. He was a doctor in the army, and you travel widely. Being in the army, you study in different schools, and that sort of shapes you up in a completely different way. Shapes up your mind, your thought, and your vision in a different way. You look at people in a different way, because you grow up in a cosmopolitan gathering, and all the children, the way we used to enjoy every festivity together, and everything we used to enjoy. So it's a great upbringing, I think. Right. In the army, any services, not just the army. It's Army, Air Force, Navy. The services. Is a great life, I think, and I think me and my sister, we've been very lucky to have been grown up there.
Wonderful. And how did you actually get into dancing? When was the first time you said, "Hey, this is what I want to do"?
Yeah, that's true. And there was not a bone in my body to become a doctor. And so I was always very passionate about dance. I always loved dancing. And, thanks to my parents that they didn't force me into becoming a doctor. Usually what happens, doctor's daughters, okay, you have to be a doctor and you must study. And so I had no intention of becoming a doctor. I always loved dancing. Okay. I loved music. I loved, body movements. So when my father got posted in Kolkata, that's the time he only, he was a great fan of Uday Shankar and Amala Shankar.
Oh.
I had no clue who they were. So he went and he brought the form and he, registered me into Uday Shankar India Culture Center, which was their school, dance school. And that's how my training in, formal training in dance started over there.
Wonderful. Who was your first guru?
My mother-in-law, Amala Shankar, and over there I also had 3 full classical dance training as well: Bharatanatyam, Kathakali, and Manipuri. And fabulous gurus, And we had in Bharatanatyam I had Guru Gayan Prakash Guruji. Then in Kathakali I had Guru P. Raghavan, and in Manipuri I had Guru Tarun Singh, who's just now late. He just passed away. The theatre. Very famous theatre person. He just passed away 2 days ago. Ratan Thayam, his father. He's my guru in Manipuri. Fantastic gurus. And I think the way they taught and the way we got nurtured by these gurus is till date. I think those learnings remain with us. I mean, it still remains with me.
Wonderful. Wonderful, ma'am. And, looking back on your very illustrious career, we must say, in your own eyes, what are those really memorable moments that you've had?
Innumerable memorable moments. But, actually, I'll tell you that in my life, there has been a lot of hairpin turns, I would say. Coming from a very middle class family, I'll tell you, from a doctor's family, from an army background, where I've grown up seeing my mother being a housewife. So my life was like, I'll finish school, I'll finish college, probably get married, maybe to an army officer, you never know, and lead just a housewife's life. And then I come to Kolkata, go into the dance school, and then I meet this man, Tanusree Shankar, and we get married, and then my life takes a completely U-turn, and from a completely disciplined house, army life kind of a thing, to a completely bohemian lifestyle. In an artist's house,
very creative,
very creative, and free flowing, and so it was. That's a fantastic change.
Lovely.
And Anandu and my age difference is a lot. 13 and a half years difference. So for me, I got molded into the family. I got married very young, so I completed my 18 years birthday after I got married. I was married in 74. So March 74, I completed my 18th birthday. So everybody called him a cradle snatcher, but nevertheless. But then it was much easier for me to get molded into the family. So it was I grew up with the family. I grew up with the, the way the life went there. And I saw how it grew, how the artistic family, I saw the hard work of the artistic life. But I wasn't expecting myself to be one of them. But I was watching from
up close.
But my husband was a completely different kind of a person. He was one who used to always encourage. He said that, you don't sit at home. Women should just do also work. You don't have to sit around. If you have talent, you need to share your talent with the world. And I was like, no. I just want to sit. Whenever there is a show, if my mother-in-law wants me to dance, I'll do. But that's it. That's about it. I don't want to do anything on my own. But he was a person who kept on encouraging me. No, you should try your hand in choreography. Try your hand in this. Try your hand in. On the other hand, now when I look back, I find that maybe he was pushing me because he had a premonition that
Possibly.
that I might need it in the future. And probably because he pushed me into that today I am able to stand on my own. Otherwise, maybe I wouldn't have been able to do anything.
How well articulated and well said. And I'm sure that, relates to a lot of people out there, watching this. And
Yeah.
also through your marriage, you are also related to Pandit Ravi Shankar. Any few words about the great maestro?
Yes, it was during my marriage that we had this whole load of Shankars who came down to our wedding.
Okay.
So that was the first time I saw. See, my father-in-law. There are 4 brothers.
Okay.
So my father-in-law Uday Shankar was the eldest brother.
Okay.
Then the second brother was Rajendra Shankar.
Mm-hmm.
Then Devendra Shankar, and then Ravi Shankar ji. So there was another 5th brother who passed away. So there were 5 brothers actually. So then there were 4 brothers.
Okay.
So Ravi Shankar ji was the youngest of all the 4. So Rajendra Shankar ji's wife was Lakshmi Shankar ji. She was a very famous singer, Carnatic singer, and and then Devendra Shankar ji's, he was also a dancer, and then Ravi Shankar ji, of course, everybody knows. So that's how the 4 brothers went.
Okay.
And actually, Ravi Shankar ji started off. So it's a long story. So when my father-in-law started his group as for performing, and he went to Paris first. He took his mother and his 4 brothers because he didn't have, in those days, nobody would want to dance. So he was very dynamic. So he collected, nobody would want to do that. So he pulled all his brothers and his cousins and all that. And they all went to Paris and created his first group of dancers. So Ravi Shankar ji used to dance in his group first.
Oh.
As he came in as a dancer.
Okay.
So, but when his going into music came in when my father-in-law started a school in Almora.
Okay.
In Almora, and there he had brought these stalwart gurus, and there Alauddin Khan Sahab had come. And that's where I think Ravi Shankar ji had met him, and that's how he went into music. And of course, the rest is history.
Wonderful. But any conversations you've had with him about art or?
Oh yes, of course. I mean, lots. I mean, being with him. In fact, there's a story when we built our house. Anand and I, when we built our place, and I was expecting my daughter, so we have a little studio. So Anand went to Ravi Shankar ji and he said that we have this studio and we would like you to come and play in that studio. He said, yeah, I'll come over. So I was expecting my daughter. So he said, okay, I'll come on so and so day and play. So, and he said that you better not go to the nursing home on that day. I said, no, I'll be fine. So this was in 1980 December.
Okay.
And I think he was supposed to play on the 26th of December or something like that. And sure enough, on the 24th of December, I went off to the nursing home. And then my daughter was born on 25th. She's a Christmas baby. So he told my husband that don't announce. I will announce on 26th about your daughter. So he played in that hall. That was a Baitak. I think after a long time in Calcutta, there was this Baitak in our house where all the stalwart musicians were present, from Girija Devi, SRA, all that SRA had started, all this, just name it. And Satyajit Ray, Mrinal Sen, and all the top artists were there. Everyone was there. And he announced that Anandu and Tanusree has a daughter. And on that occasion, I'm going to be playing Anandi Kalyan. So that was a very memorable moment, but I wasn't there.
But it's really, really, really
yeah,
so
it's very, very close to my heart. Yeah, and the next day he came to see me in the nursing home, of course.
Yeah, as you speak, it's almost like you're replaying that.
Yeah, it is
person.
actually.
It's so
my God, yeah.
lovely to see. So, coming to your own, your style of dance, and can you tell us a little about that? Can you tell our viewers?
Yes, I actually, whatever little I'm doing, I completely owe it to my mother-in-law, because I've learned, of course, the Uday Shankar style, which I have completely learned from her, which is very, very innovative. People have different kind of idea, and people are a little confused about what the style is all about. Is it a combination of ballet? People don't know what ballet, it's a Western ballet. Ballet means, what he used ballet is about storytelling. As a storytelling, not about ballet as in
the
Western
Western,
ballet on toes. No. When he used the term ballet, it's about story, when you talk about storytelling, because he used to abroad, when he used the Uday Shankar Hindu ballet as in telling stories, because he used to tell stories about Krishna and Shiv Parvati. So that's why he called it. So his style is very, very rooted to the Indian soil, so it's very Indian in origin and spirit, but modern in presentation.
Okay.
And it has a universal appeal, and its soul is Indian. Its stage presentation is beautiful and very, very artistic and aesthetic, because he was a painter.
Okay.
He was basically a painter and a magician. So he used all his skills to create this wonderful style. He's a genius, actually. But, he never sort of dissected what he did. So when he did his film Kalpana, if you see the film, I don't think you have seen it.
Perhaps not. But now that you recommend,
you must
recommend
it. You must, everybody. I recommend to everyone, please do watch Kalpana. This was a film which was released in 1947, and it took about 4 or 5 years to make before that. But if you see the film even today, you will see a lot of things which is happening today as well. So he was a visionary person. He was way, way, way ahead of his time. So his movements, his thoughts, everything went ahead of his time, but it had such strong Indianness in it.
Rooted in Indian.
Completely Indianness, I would say. Because he had never had any training in dance. Whatever he created was innovative, his own way of expressing, his own body language, which did not have any Western influence.
Wonderful. And you've actually carried that
we are trying to carry that forward. So people should not think it's a fusion of...
fusion would be the wrong word.
It's a confusion. So it is. We very categorically call it the Uday Shankar style. Wonderful. We really want to take it forward as a Uday Shankar style, and very frankly, my husband sat down, and because since childhood he has seen. He's been born into seeing rehearsals at home. He's been born into seeing dance and seeing his father composing, mother dancing. You know how. So he sort of dissected, and he said that unless we create a grammar for this technique, this will not survive. So we've seen some of his very, very innovative, and particularly his movements, which is absolutely his own creation, and we have created a grammar to reach to that particular movement. So we have created a grammar for that, so that like if you go do Bharatanatyam, there has to be arouse.
Absolutely.
So there has to be a grammar. Unless there is a grammar, no technique will survive.
Right. Or in Kathak you have hastaks.
Anything,
Right?
every classical dance for anything has to have a little grammar.
Absolutely.
There has to be some basic steps. There has to be
Wonderful.
certain foundation. So we have created a format for people to go to have a base, and then of course be innovative. And we have let them develop that because it's an unending development.
Right.
But to keep into that parameter of keeping it rooted to the Indianness, which was the origin of keeping the spirit of Indianness.
Very, very well said, ma'am. I think, our viewers, even those who might not be so well versed with dance, get a much, much better idea of this style.
I hope I've expressed myself properly.
Completely, ma'am.
Because this is what I feel. I may be wrong, I don't know. But this is what I have been feeling. This is what I have imbibed from what I've learned from my mother-in-law, in which I'm trying, whatever little I've learned from her, I try and share with my students and with everybody else.
Wonderful, ma'am. But before your performance, is there any unique prepping process that you have? Is there something that you do very uniquely? Is it some people prefer to sit in silence before a performance? Some people go all out, practicing. But what's yours?
Well, one is, of course, just before the show, I gather all the dancers, and we definitely hold our hands and we share our energy. That's very important for everybody to go into silence. We go into silence, we say a prayer, and we definitely pass our positive energy with everyone. And I tell them to just go on stage and just be themselves and enjoy the show. It's very important to enjoy the show on stage, and only that vibe will reach out to the audience. Unless they enjoy, it will not reach out to the audience.
Very true.
It is very reciprocal. It is very reciprocal because I always say face is the reflection of the mind. So unless I enjoy, you will not enjoy it.
Absolutely.
So that vibe has to come from everyone. So we hold hand and we send out the vibe. It has to go from one another.
Lovely.
So that is what we do. And I think that's the maximum.
Wonderful.
I tell them, and I said that you've done your rehearsal, we've done a bit. Do your best and leave the rest.
Leave the rest.
That's how it is.
So what does dance mean to you?
I think dance means everything to me. I think dance takes me to a place where I cannot even, it's like prayer for me. It takes me to a level, I think, which is very, very close to a level or to
trance?
A spirit. Trance, and I'll give you a small example. Suppose I'm feeling very unwell, very, very unwell. And I think I feel that I don't think I'll be able to go down for rehearsal. I don't think I'll be able to do this. But okay, let me just go down and sit and watch.
Okay.
I'll go down, I'll start rehearsing, I will start going, showing them, and I'm fine. And I start dancing and I'm fine. So it is like medication. It is like meditation. It takes me to the power that is up there. That is what dance is to me.
Wonderful, ma'am.
That is what. I will not say it is God, I reached. It is something I cannot even tell you. It just picks up my spirit. It takes me to, it's a high.
I think
it's a high. That's all I'll say.
Wonderful, wonderful. And ma'am, you have a dance school as well. So you teach, you have so many students, and budding dancers who are just waiting to learn with bursting enthusiasm, wanting to get there on stage. And, what advice would you have for, aspiring dancers out there?
Please have patience and learn first. I think that's the most important thing, that it's today's generation actually they are very impatient because it's not their fault, because it's so much, everything is in such fast track, but you have to give a few years to learn. That is very important, because I always give them an example, like you don't go into class 1 and then the next day you don't give class 10 exam. So you have to give the 10 years time to pass class 10. So you have to give the same thing for anything you learn. Whether you learn dance, whether you learn painting, whether you learn anything, you have to give those few years to learn. That is what I want them to do. Give that few years to learn first. Because nowadays people do not have that time to learn. Do not give that time to learn. And once you give that time to learn, then you have, you'll be consistent then. Otherwise, you cannot be, you do not have enough knowledge to take you forward. That's the only problem. Otherwise, the talent is enormous these days. They have
true.
Enormous. But the only thing I would suggest that they have a little more patience to learn. That's all.
Lovely. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
for
you.
your this is highly insightful, valuable insights.
Thank you so much. I don't know. I just spoke spontaneously, whatever came to my mind, and I loved what you asked, and I hope whatever I felt, I just told you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So that, dear viewers, was the illustrious, the amazing dancers, Tanusree Shankar, ma'am. So thank you.
Thank you.
Please like, share, and subscribe to the New Indian Express channel. Thank you.